Thank you for watching East Coast AVP. This is Graham Wren.
Kevin Knight.
All right, we got the Wilson Open tomorrow morning.
Quite a bracket in front of us.
Yeah, we got 23 teams. It's a big one. It's a doozy, as they say. And I'm real excited. Been working with Dexter a lot on how to get get this tournament together and get it going and officially run it. And we're gonna make it happen tomorrow. So
yeah, some good teams coming in. Got plenty of cookies baked. Special announcement because I'm sure you weren't satisfied with 1 hour content. Now we're gonna do women's too. Nah, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, no, we do not have the time and or the knowledge to do the women's side, unfortunately.
Night before the tournament, and I want my sleep. And we just don't have the knowledge on the teams that we do on the men's side.
I've mentioned to a couple people that we are looking for a counterpart who can maybe do this on the women's side. So if you're interested, let us know.
Yeah, man. We should start keeping track of percentage correct in the future.
We should. You know what? Before the wrap up video, I'll run the numbers and maybe we'll have something.
All right.
Maybe not before the wrap up video because we're gonna do that while you're still in town, but we'll get the numbers out soon.
Let's dive in.
Yeah. All right. So first at the 16 versus 17, we have Keeter squared. Heartwarming story. Dave Keeter, Aiden Keeter, father-son against. Someone who honestly could be everyone's father, Gene Wade and Will Callahan. What do you think about this matchup?
I think that it's pretty straightforward. The older Keeter's been really good for really long, and I think the two of them take the dub here.
Yeah.
You got the connection.
Yeah, gotta agree. Next, we have Kyle Forensic and Patrick Neary, commonly referred to as Pyle. Follow Pyle on Instagram. Against,
it's a great follow.
Yeah, it's a great follow. Against Mike Wright and Drew Klein. I'm gonna go ahead and speak on this one. I think this is a relatively straightforward dub for Team Pyle. Barring some jitters and just kind of playing uncharacteristically. I think Patrick plays solid and Kyle carries him to the dub.
So the insight on this one is follow Pyle on Instagram.
Yeah,
on
exactly
the next.
Right about that. Next match, we have that was the 12 versus the 21, by the way. At the 13 versus the 20, we have Brett Rosenmeyer, Cortland Scherenberg against Kyle Price and Doug Thorne.
I really like the split blocking team on this one.
Yeah.
Both of them are really solid indoor players collegiately, and both of them have played beach for a fair amount of time. So I think it's pretty straightforward. I think that one's done too. I think Scherenborg and Rosenmeyer take it.
Yeah, absolutely right. It's good to see Kyle and Doug playing together again now.
So
it's been a while.
13 seed.
Yeah, 13 seed. Yeah. Rosenmeyer, I don't think has a number of finishes to have a relevant point total.
This is a strong 13 seed.
Yeah. 19 versus the 14, we have Brad Peters and Ace Backer against Joey Gordon and Ryan Ludwig, aka Young Luddy. Just to give you guys, perspective, I'm pretty straight-laced. I have Team Pyle written as Forensic and Neary, but Young Luddy is honestly the essence of who he is. So he is written in there as Young Luddy, and I want him to know that. I want the world to know that.
His partner has a mullet, no?
Yes, exactly. And
our
this
choice is clear.
Yeah, the choice is crystal clear. Winning with a combination of style, ruggedness, and trash talk. Over a couple guys that are relatively new on the beach scene. We're gonna go with Joey Gordon and Young Luddy in two.
Potentially cheap beer as well.
Yeah, potentially cheap beer as well.
All right.
Next we've got a pretty interesting one next at the 11 versus 22. Spencer Gaston and Derek Sullivan against a couple old guys, Brian Gilmore and TJ Cloud.
Oh geez. So this is two young guys from Charlotte versus two guys that have been in the ECSC final at some point. I think TJ and Brian Gilmore maybe in like 2014ish, somewhere in there. I think they actually either made or won in ECSC.
Yeah.
They've done some good things together. I don't think either of them are training super regularly now, but
it's been a while since those days. What do you think, Kev?
I've seen TJ a couple times this year. He looked actually pretty decent for only playing.
The tone of surprise, actually pretty decent.
Damn, I'm not trying to throw shade here. I just knew he hadn't played in a while.
Yeah.
I mean, he just retained his skill, and I think I'm gonna go with with TJ and Gilmer in this one
All right.
over the young Charlotte guys.
Got it. Next match, we have 23 versus 10. Joel Monasterly and Bobby Fowler against Luke Parks and Matt McLaren. This is pretty open and shut in my mind. Luke and Matt both have a strong indoor pedigree. Luke been playing on the beach a long time.
Yep. Got to
Pretty
play warming ups with him. Super fun, super easy to get along with him. Very, very straightforward to win with Parks. You know he's bringing a hot serve and he sets really well inside out. So I got to take the big guy.
Yeah. Last round of 24 match, we have Adrian Husted and Shea Cooper against Cole Bogner and Chase Johnson.
This is all you, bud.
Sure.
Virginia Beach 2 territory.
Yeah, this is
Enlighten us.
3, maybe 4 Virginia Beach guys.
Enlighten your captive
about
audience.
Shea. But I'm going to take Cole Bogner and Chase Johnson. Shea isn't. I don't think Shea is big enough to even give Chase a little bit of trouble at all.
Okay.
Or even Cole for that matter. Cole's got some pretty solid ball control, hits a pretty good variety of shots, and I think they're going to play pretty solidly. Cole plays collegiately at Penn State.
Oh damn, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I believe he's a setter.
Nice. Okay. It's a good argument.
Yeah, so in my mind, it's relatively open and shut. I'm going to go with Cole and Chase.
Damn, over your boy. All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Round of 16, we have Adam Roberts and Ian Satterfield. Everyone knows who they are. Fresh off the AVP against Keeter Squared. This is kind of where our heartwarming story, I'm not going to say comes to an end because there's a loser's bracket, but
Sure.
their winner's story kind of comes to an end here and pretty open and shut.
Yeah, that's the last time you're allowed to use that phrase
Open and shut?
in this. Yeah, in this
Okay.
video.
Got it. Next at the 8 and the 9. I'm going to let you take this one. We have
What do we got?
Sean Regglesworth and Ben Ilfeld
Ooh, I love it.
against Misha Freistater and Austin Banks. Can you give us a little bit of a deep dive into kind of all these players' play style?
No, because I got in trouble for that last time with
Yeah.
Misha, and he can be a bully in training. He's like 6'7",
Yeah.
huge guy. So
You could say you drew the line.
So the 3 of these guys have been my training buddies for last year. Austin Banks is kind of the young, wily, crazy kid that can have one game where he doesn't make any errors and another game where he gives you 10 points for seemingly no reason at all. That said, though, he's developed his skills a lot. He's got a weirdly dangerous jump serve when he's hitting it, which,
If it's windy, watch out.
no idea if it's going in or not.
He doesn't have an idea if it's going
no.
in or out.
But he's got a solid float serve as well.
Yeah.
Misha is the picture of consistency, also new to the scene, so his downside is probably that he doesn't do as good of a job of picking a team apart as similar players that have played longer. And then Ben and Sean are pretty much the total opposite of that. Probably haven't trained as much on a day in and day out basis as Misha or Austin this year, but both of those guys are really knowledgeable, can pick a team apart, and both are pretty chatty. And I think that plays into their strength a lot against Banks. But Austin comes out with a ton of fire when he plays, and he can definitely give some people surprises. But I gotta say, like, Ben is one of those that he has a gear where he doesn't want to lose to certain people. And I think Austin. It always sounds weird to say he doesn't want to lose more than he wants to win against this team, but I think that's the case, and I think I got to go with Ben in this case.
Fair enough.
Like the will to not lose is stronger tthan the drive to win in this match for Ben.
Fair enough.
I don't know from Sean's perspective, but
I mean, Sean loves winning. He's going to go out and have fun. He's going to be a little snarky. He's going to be funny.
yeah.
He's going to pause your serving rhythm several times to burp. It's fucking weird, but it's what he does. It seems to work. I got to go Regs and Ben in 2.
Sweet.
Yeah.
We're chugging along here.
Yeah. Next at the 5 versus 12, we have Kevin Knight, Nolan Albrecht against Pyle. This feels pretty open and shut to me.
Nope, it doesn't.
You're right. I can't say that. This feels pretty straightforward.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we take this one too.
Yeah, I think you got
no,
some bombing jump serves against against Patrick, who has come a long way in his time on the beach, and I'd say definitely no longer a newbie, but I don't think he'll be able to hold up against the combined serving.
I was just gonna say Nolan's a beast of an athlete, and I have a lot of faith in my partner, and I've really been working on my own game here in the last month or two. So
Yeah.
a lot of faith in myself, I guess.
Okay.
Next.
All right. Next one we have Brett Rosenmeyer and Cortland Scherenberg against Nick Jerker and Cam Beans.
Oh wow. So I guess the first thing to point out is just the height differential. You've got two guys that are Cortland's probably 6'4", Brett's probably 6'5". Give Beans a solid 6'2", 6'3", about my size.
A little shorter, I think. Let's say 6'2".
Okay. And
Bigger than me, and I'm at 6'1", not as big as you at 6'3".
And Nick's about your size, right? Like
Yeah.
6'1"ish.
Yeah.
So you got a significant length advantage in the young guys, Cortland and Brett. Both of them, actually, it probably could be the top serving match of the tournament. You got Cortland that can hit a jumper, Brett can hit a jumper.
Yeah.
Nick definitely hits jumpers. He's gone off in multiple. We've been through videos. He can absolutely take over a match, and Cam Beans is the same way. He just can absolutely destroy jump serves. But he's playing against two indoor guys that love to pass jump serves.
Right.
So in terms of a team that you really don't want to come across, if your job is to hit serves, is the team of two indoor players that pass jump serves all the time.
Right.
Man, this one's a tough one to call because, like, Nick and Cam on paper, probably I'll have a tougher time blocking than either of the two big guys. Both very good defenders in their own right.
Yeah, both solid defenders, and I think something to point out. I think Cam puts up a pretty sizable block.
He does, yeah.
Definitely not a small block.
I actually remember that from ECSC.
Yeah.
He got a number of blocks.
He's got you a couple times in Richmond too.
Oh, he absolutely got me a couple times when he was playing with Dave Arnold.
Yeah.
It definitely tires him out though. Like, it tires any blocker out.
Right.
Like, having to run up and jump serve is a beast of a task.
Well, and that's kind of the thing, right? Are you
thinking upset here?
I'm gonna pick the upset here.
Are you thinking upset? I know it's gonna be close because, like, you got two strong jump serving teams. You got one team that's slightly bigger, one team that's probably a little more skilled.
Right.
Early in the day. So there's several reasons. Yeah, give me three and then we'll move on. Give me three reasons and I'll see if I can take it.
Brett and Cortland have a match to warm up versus this is Nick and Cam's first match.
Okay. So early in the day, upsets happen.
Either Nick is blocking 50% of the time at 6 foot to 6'1", or Cam Beans is not jump serving and running up. So then you're
taking away a weapon.
So you're taking away a weapon.
Half of the time that the other team that team is serving, they're at a disadvantage.
Right. Exactly.
Early in the day, upsets happen. Half the time they're serving, they're at a disadvantage. Reason 3.
I think the hometown heroes are going to take it.
The Virginia Beach advantage.
Exactly.
Early in the day, upsets happen. Half the time they serve, they're at a disadvantage, regardless of what they decide to do, and Virginia Beach advantage.
Right.
Those are your 3 reasons?
Yeah.
I'll buy it.
Yeah, sticking with it.
Sorry, Nick.
Next match, we have 3 versus 14. Brandon Joyner and Bryce Ernsberger against Joey Gordon and Young Luddy.
All right.
Yeah.
Next match.
Yeah, this feels pretty open and shut. Well, because I'm gonna keep saying it. I'm gonna do it.
All right.
Yeah, Joyner and Ernsberger in 2. Next match, Brian, the 22 versus the 6. Brian Gilmore, TJ Cloud, not really a 22, against Andrew McMurray and Brian Dirks.
Yeah, that's a tough draw.
Yeah, Dirks is facing somebody else with a little bit of big guy magic.
Yeah, well, it's interesting because it's like you got
dad magic too.
You got 2 large dads battling it out, and then you have 2 kg fast defenders in the backfield. It's one of these situations where it's like, I feel like Dirks probably trains a lot more than Gilmore, and I feel like Andrew probably trains a lot more than TJ, and so I think that's the team I'm going to go with, but not because I'm like matching up skill for skill. It's just
they play more ball and they
probably a little sharper
composition, and
I'm gonna go. Well, also Dirks and Andrews played really well together. I bet TJ and Brian Gilmore do as well. I've never really seen them play together, and so I'm kind of going with what I don't or what I know versus what I don't.
Sure. Hopefully, Brian Gilmore is also coming off of a ankle injury, so hopefully, we hope that he's all healed up. But we'll see if that is causing him any issues as well.
I wouldn't put that evil out there on the video.
Said I hope. Anyway, we're gonna move on. 7 versus 10. We have Eddie Mushikian and Will Rodriguez. Did I say that right?
I think so.
Against you'll have to teach me.
It's Armenian.
Really?
Found that out last tournament. Yeah.
Very cool.
Anyway.
Against Luke Parks and Matt McLaren.
I haven't seen McLaren play recently. What I saw from the last time I played against him, I'm gonna go with Will and Eddie, because I think I know Luke can definitely hang with Will and Eddie.
Right.
I'm not sure yet because I haven't seen him if Matt can or not.
Yeah.
So-
Kind of my thing so far is I have.
I was gonna ask, what's your pick on this?
Yeah, I have picked against Eddie and Will in the past and been proven wrong time and time again.
Did they let you know?
Oh yeah, they let me know, and Will let me know. I don't know if Eddie and I are even on a first name basis at this point.
Fair
so
enough.
We'll have to be introduced, but
I'll introduce
I
introduce
also-
Mr. McSheeky to you.
Thank you. I also know Eddie and Will are pretty highly motivated at this point, training a ton.
Definitely.
Not that Luke and Matt aren't motivated, but they're not training as much as Eddie and Will. So I'm going to give the edge to Eddie and Will.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm kind of with you on that.
Next match, we have Cole Bogner, Chase Johnson against Angel Dasha, Caleb Jennis, 2 versus the 18. Angel and Caleb in 2. Not much to talk about.
Great.
Yeah, it's like Chase is big, Caleb's bigger.
Angel does angel things and scores points.
Exactly.
Great.
So next round, this is the round of 8 on the winner's side.
So you got 1 versus 8, 2 versus 7, 3 versus 6 onward.
Right.
Gotcha.
So we have the 1 versus the 9. Adam Roberts, Ian Satterfield against Sean Reglesworth, Ben Aelfeld. You think these cagey veterans can pull something here, or you think they're bit off a bit more than they can chew?
I could, honestly, because both of them will rise to a challenge, Sean and Ben. I love them to death, and I think they'll mesh well with each other. I could honestly see both of these sets like having a 15-13 switch where Ben and Sean are up, and then
It's like 21-16.
something or
17.
21, 17, 18, 19, somewhere in there.
Yeah.
Adam and Ian just pull some other move or trick out of their bag and score 2 quick points like that. But I could see it, obviously I could see Adam and Ian winning too, but I could see it being 2 very 18-17 switches or 15-13 switches and just this close. But I'm gonna go with Adam and Ian on that one.
Yeah, I gotta agree with you there. Next, we have the 5 versus 13. After playing off that upset, we have Kevin Knight, Nolan Albrecht against Brett Rosenmeyer and Cortland Scherenberg. Well, we know what you think on the matchup, but when you're picking March Madness brackets and you pick an upset, they always tell you to kind of keep hedging your bets, right? You don't pick someone to pull off a big upset and then keep picking them because you're just kind of setting yourself up for failure. That in and of itself is enough reason, but I also think that we talked about last match being a serving match. This is also a serving match, but the height advantage is no longer there. And I think I'm going to go with Kevin Knight and Nolan Albrecht in 2.
I appreciate that.
I'm going to say in 2.
The height, they may still have a slight height advantage, but we outweigh them significantly.
It's true.
So.
You have a girth advantage.
We some thick boys.
Mm-hmm. Now, in the 3 versus 6 matchup, Brandon Joyner, Bryce Ernsberger against Andrew McMurray, Brian Dirks. What do you think?
So like I said before, and I'll probably say this at least one more time, Andrew and Dirks traditionally have played well together.
Yeah.
They complement each other really well. Andrew, because he trains so much, plays a really clean game of volleyball. It's very frustrating to play against because he shoots a ton. And everybody knows he shoots a ton, but his shots are so good that if you're playing off one, he's going to hit the other almost every time. And so a lot of teams don't like to play into Andrew, and Dirks is a fairly good setter. So what they'll do is they'll go after Dirks, and then Andrew is one of the better setters in the entire area, I would argue. And I don't think there'd be a ton of pushback on that.
Right.
Instead of variety of balls, a variety of tempos from anywhere on the court. And so he sets up the 6'8", very experienced Brian Dirks really well. And so obviously then they combine on defense to really tough serving, and then you've got a fast defender and a big blocker. So they, as individuals, make a much better team than either one of them are alone.
Yeah.
That said, you've got two of the better ball control players, I think, in the tournament, in Bryson and Joyner.
Who would you serve? Would you serve Joyner or Ernsberger?
You're asking me,
I'm asking you.
knowing that I probably will have to play this team tomorrow.
Quite possibly, yes.
Oh.
That's the beauty of doing these videos right now, is I don't have to play.
Yeah.
Like, I can just say whatever I want. And
if I'm looking at that team, so let's assume Joyner's on the right, because that's what I've seen a lot in Better at Beach videos, giving them a call up. I see Joyner on the right a lot, so Bryce is on the left. I think I start on Bryson and see how he's doing. If at the Tech he hasn't dropped a single real point, then obviously I'm gonna switch. But I think I probably start there. I don't think you can. I don't think that's one that you go into and you're like, this is our person for the whole time. But yeah, I probably. I mean, I give Joyner the benefit of the doubt too. Like he's definitely got some really high level coaching out there, and Lord knows Bryce is probably the coach of the people around here, not to like smash any Virginia Beach scene, but I don't think there's anybody out here that's giving people like Bryce high level coaching. So that's probably how I'd approach that.
Fair enough. I think this is going to be a really interesting match.
I think it goes 3. I think Dirks likes to talk a little bit of smack in his weird Dirks manner.
His weird Dirksy.
And I think Brandon and Bryce will just dive right into that with him. I think they kind of enjoy it too. And Andrew plays his best ball when somebody talks smack.
Yeah.
If you were gonna pick a matchup that you would look at on paper, just points wise and what they've done in tournaments, that you would say 9 out of 10 Bryce and Joyner should win on paper, this would be the one.
Right.
But then you start looking at the circumstances like talking smack. You start looking at the circumstances like Andrew and Brian Dirks played really well together. This would be one that turns from a 90-10 to more like on a best case 65-35, 70-30.
Sure.
And I'm biased because I love,
Yeah.
I like all 4 of the guys, but I've played with 2 of them a lot. And
Right.
so, I would love to see them pull that upset. What are you going with though?
I'm going with Joyner and Ernsberger. I think.
I don't hate you for it.
I
That's
think
probably the more obvious pick.
I think a still Virginia Beach local Brandon Joyner, it would be a 50-50 toss up. A Better at Beach finally honed machine Brandon Joyner.
He looked really good blocking in the last video we put up.
Yeah, he did.
It was like a 2-minute highlight clip. Anyway, we're probably diving too much into this, but
probably diving a little bit too much.
That will be one I will have my eye on.
Yeah, if Joyner gets going at the net, it could be a long day for
either one of them.
McMurray and Dirks. I'm not sure what's longer, that day or Joyner's hair. So.
Oh wow.
But we're gonna go with Joyner and Ernsberger in 2. I also want to point out this is a big mental hurdle for Bryce. He is now guaranteed a finish better than 9th place with this victory.
For those of you who don't know, he was not expected to get 9th at the last Wilmington tournament. I believe Graham had him in the finals. That ended up happening.
I had him winning the whole thing.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, I had him.
So you were personally hurt and let down.
Yes.
Like, okay. See, this is him lashing out for all of our viewers.
Yes. So there we go. But good for Bryce. Overcoming this hurdle, and then I think he'll have a much better day. From this point onward.
Hashtag shots fired. All right. On to the next match.
The 2 versus 7, we have Angel Dache and Caleb Jennis against Eddie and.
I'm getting.
Rodriguez.
This is an issue.
I almost said Ian.
I'm getting more and more excited for tomorrow as our video goes on, and I'm all these scenarios are going to go through my head while I'm trying to get to sleep tonight. It's already 11.
Emphasis on trying.
It's already 11 p.m. and I'm getting more excited. So this match is awesome. You've got again mentor versus mentee in Angel being the mentor, Will being the mentee. I believe Angel coached him as when Will used to play indoor club at one point. So you've
Oh,
literally,
really?
you've
I
literally
didn't know
got
that.
coach versus player. And Will has had some amazing matches against Angel, but I don't think he's ever beaten him. And Angel's got a beast of a young partner in the 6'6" Caleb Janis.
Only 6'6"? I thought he was.
He's
I thought
like
he was even bigger.
no, he's 6'6", but he has a legitimate 8'8" standing reach, which is unbelievable.
Jeez.
It's like it's essentially. I mean,
you
to be honest,
thought Brian Dirks had long arms. Just you wait.
to be honest though, and I'm not by any means comparing them as athletes, but just proportionally, he's very similar to Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan had an 8'9" standing reach, and he was about 6'6", 6'6.5". So that's, I mean, that's giving you an idea of the length of this kid. A little bit raw, but not really. I mean, he's been playing beach for long enough to really have his way around it.
Michael Jordan before the gym.
My issue with this one comes back down to one. Will has a thing about getting past Angel, and maybe this is the tournament to do it. I love Angel, but I would love to see that out of Will because we love rooting for the underdog. But then two, so if I'm just going guy by guy, if I look at Angel versus Eddie, just the records, Angel's the better of the two.
Yeah.
And then when I look at Will versus Caleb, you can make an argument that Will is the better out of the two, but it's not by much.
Right.
And
It's not
when you do
it's
that,
not an open and shut case, as I've so many times brought up to this point.
just keep your eyes on the viewers, and let's move on. Let's go with Angel and Caleb in this one.
All right. Last two winners bracket matches, round of 4.
All right. Getting us all the way to the semi.
Yeah.
All right.
Adam Roberts, Ian Satterfield, Kevin Knight, Nolan Ulbrich.
Oh yeah, we got this in two.
I was gonna say the opposite. To be honest, I think
You don't think you're serving?
I think
you don't think
you're a team that is defined in a lot of ways by your serving as
Sure.
far as how you're gonna score points.
Sure.
And you're facing a team that is used to passing Jeremy K. Spears' jump serve.
Not the greatest of matchups to have.
Right.
I think both teams. If I were going to predict, I think both teams will have an extremely high side out rate. I think that they'll pass their jump serves inside out against my 6'2" block, and I think that I know Ian can bring some heat if he wants to. I don't know what he'll be doing at this point in the day. I don't think there's supposed to be a lot of wind, but if he's not bringing this heat, I think that we'll pass their serves fairly well, and both have really active shoulders. So I think that our side out rate will be high as well. But one of the downsides. So I trained with them a little while back, and I super appreciated the training opportunity. But what I'm now realizing, and I'm sure this wasn't like planned out or anything like that, but what I'm realizing is they probably picked up a lot more of my tendencies than I picked up of theirs. Because one, they have a coach. 2, they have game film or practice film, and then 3, they're a lot more knowledgeable at picking up tendencies.
Sure.
So I would bet I get every ball, and they know exactly what I want to do with it. So that could.
And I think the entire world knows you just want to swing angle.
That's true. So I'm still picking me too.
Yeah. Well, are you on the right for this matchup though? For this, are you playing right?
I don't think so. I think so. Nolan has actually always been more of a right side beach player.
Huh.
Yeah. So he played left with. Literally one at Wilmington was Mark playing on the left. So he definitely. If I wanted to flip to the right, no issue with Nolan on the left.
Right.
But his point was, if he has his preference, he'll play right side. Obviously, extremely effective from
Either way.
Either side, yeah. He's the player I aspire to be. Also, growing 2 inches would be great too.
It's true.
Anyway.
Now the 2 versus 3.
So we're picking me, right?
No, we're picking Ian and Adam in 2.
All right.
Sorry,
Well,
man.
good luck finishing the video.
Yeah.
Here's the stopwatch.
Okay. We have the 2 versus 3, the other side of the bracket. Angel and Caleb against Joyner and Bryce. I'll go ahead and dive in on this one. Joyner.
Angel and Caleb in 2.
No. Angel and Caleb are not going to win this match. I think.
Tell me why.
I think Bryce. And
Let's do it again. Let's go 3 points. Because we can go in depth on 3, and I'll shorten them down to a statement.
Sure.
Point 1.
I think experience is a big factor here.
Okay.
You have 3 very experienced players and 1 very fresh face. I think of all the people in this tournament, Joyner and Bryce might have the two highest. Excluding Ian and Adam, might have the two highest volleyball IQs. And I think when you're playing against somebody who is pretty new to the game, I think just picking up tendencies on that standpoint is enough.
I put TJ Cloud up there as well, but
That's that's a good point.
Brandon might disagree.
Sure.
So point one is experience over essentially Caleb. Angel
Right.
has plenty of experience, but experience over Caleb from Bryson and Brandon's side.
Right, and in all honesty, that's my main point. Angel and Caleb might be struggling a little bit who to go after. Expect Caleb to get every ball.
Fair enough.
Angel showed last weekend that he bumps that well enough to win big shots.
Giant tournament, a bunch of great teams.
Right, with a bunch of great teams, but with essentially a little a younger, better version of Brian Tillman almost.
I was actually
Bruno.
gonna go the opposite. I was gonna say the blocker version of Angel.
Yeah, that's a pretty good point
Just
too.
physically incredible. Doesn't make a lot of errors
Right,
from the hitting
Bruno
perspective.
handsets too, though.
Yeah, he does. Yeah.
It went from not to diminish Caleb, but setting a guy like that in Pakistan versus
I don't think that's diminishing Caleb at all. I think if you talk to Caleb, you'd say, hey man, like you're 20, you've got all the potential in the world. You're coming up. You still got a lot to learn. Bruno's 38, 39, played professionally. Yeah. Maybe he's only 36.
I did not realize.
I know he's in his mid. Like he's by no means, I would say, on the downslide by any stretch. I think he's actually on the upside. He's keeping himself in phenomenal physical condition. But I think he is in his mid to upper 30s. He's played a ton of professional volleyball overseas, and he's now played a ton of professional AVP events. I don't think it's an insult to Caleb at all just to say, hey, you aren't Bruno.
Yeah.
There's nobody in this tournament, I would argue, that's Bruno.
Sure.
Ian would be the one guy that you could even compare points wise.
Sure. Yeah. So I think it's a really close match. Goes 3, but barring some late night shenanigans tonight, I'm going to take Joyner and Ernsberger, which is not a guarantee.
Oh, that's a good point. I didn't think about.
Yeah, I didn't think about that, but I saw Joyner running a clinic earlier today. I don't think he's going to be.
Yeah, I don't think he'll drink.
Yeah, I mean, especially with
coming back to his hometown.
Virginia Beach restrictions too.
Yeah, right. Nobody's gonna be out tonight.
Yeah, yeah.
Right,
So
right.
if he's not going out, I don't know if I see Joyner, going nuts tonight. So
Okay, I'll take it.
Yeah.
I'll take it. I don't like picking over Angel. It's always bad news.
It's risky at best, and I'm setting myself up for failure. But
I don't think you get a ton of heat on that one.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
experience home beach and
last time they played together, they won UCSC.
I didn't remember that, but oh yeah, they did. Joyner and Bryce do play well together.
And
Okay, I'll buy it. I'll buy it. I think this is more of a coin toss than anything else, but
Yeah. All right, on to the losers round.
nice, dude.
Losers bracket.
We're at 31 minutes, 32 minutes.
Honestly, considering how big this tournament is, we're doing all right.
I was gonna say if we can just cut this down to 15, I think we're golden.
We'll go fast. 17th place game. Gene Wade, Will Calaman against Cole Bogner, Chase Johnson. Cole and Chase in 2. Just kind of a lack of size on Gene Wade and Will Calaman's part.
Gene Wade will get in their heads. It'll go through.
Gene Wade, it's not the worst take I've heard.
All right, I'm just saying.
Luke Parks gets a bye.
If it goes
into
through,
the next
Gene will
round.
win.
Next we have Mike Wright and Drew Klein? Yeah, Mike Wright and Drew Klein against Brian Gilmore, TJ Cloud. Gilmore and Cloud in 2.
Okay.
Next we have quite possibly, so there's some pretty high level ball that's going on, and then there's, just wildly entertaining matches, and this is one of them. We have Kyle Price and Doug Thorne against Joey Gordon and Young Luddy.
That's a lot of smack.
That is a lot of smack. My goodness. We might get a noise complaint at 11 a.m. because of this match. Honestly,
It's gonna be a lot of hooting and hollering.
a lot of hooting and hollering. A lot of old friends playing against each other. I think it goes 3 for sure. But at the end of the day,
I think Kyle Shoulder carries it.
I think Kyle Shoulder and Kyle Price going full Kyle Price carries this match.
He's a little like an older Austin Banks, just from the fact where he just like, it's like, where did that come from, and why doesn't that happen more often? He just will have a set or a match where it's just like,
yeah, it's not like Kyle Price does bad things. It's just all of a sudden he will go unconscious from the service line, or he is just reading and picking up everything. The other kicker, Doug Thorne, is actually very fast in the backfield as well. Particularly with someone like Ryan, if they decide that they're going to go after Ryan, you have two pretty fast, pretty smart veterans going after someone who's going to want to shoot a lot.
The other thing is, it's not out of the question. It's not out of the question that Ludwig and Gordon are drinking at this point.
I mean, it's probably not out of the question that Kyle Price and Doug Thorne are drinking at this point.
Even more reason to watch it.
Yeah, so that is going to be.
We hope that's the case. Match. We hope they play a drinking game while they're playing the volleyball match. Yeah, so that would be a great match to watch. Right. Next, we have Brad Peters, Ace Backer, against Nick Drucker and Cam Beans. It's a rough one for the kids. Yeah,
I'm gonna say Nick tough. And Cam find a way to rebound.
Tough draw. I mean, Nick will. If this scenario plays out.
Well, and even if it doesn't play out, it's Brett Rosenmeyer and Cortland.
One of them is just going to be out for blood.
Yeah.
From getting knocked out early.
Yeah. So Brad and Ace are going 1-2 barbecue, unfortunately.
Yeah, that's tough.
Spencer Gaston, Derek Sullivan against Kyle Forensic and Patrick Neary. This is actually the one matchup I don't already have planned out. I literally have coin toss written because I went back and forth over this match and I could not come to a decision.
I don't plan things out, but this is a match I look at and I think coin toss.
Yeah. So we're gonna go 1, 2, 3. You're odd, I'm even. Here we go. 1.
I don't understand.
You don't know this? You're gonna put out a 1 or a 2.
Oh, rock paper scissors, you.
Okay. Well, rock paper scissors. Ready?
You're Kyle.
Yes, I'm Kyle.
North Carolina, Virginia.
Yes, fair enough.
Ready?
Yeah. Oh, you're a 1-2 shoot guy.
I am a 1-2 shoot guy. 1-2 shoot.
All right.
Yes, so Kyle takes it. My bad, Spencer and Dave.
Kyle takes it. We're gonna put that in the records. Next, we have Joel Monasterly and Bobby Fowler against Misha and Austin Banks, who are
way too many overlines.
Yeah.
For the other team to handle.
Yeah. Especially for a team that's.
And if they serve Austin,
particularly big blocks, and
if they serve Austin, Misha's putting up the butter.
Yeah, Misha and Banks and 2.
Right.
Next, we have Adrian Husted and Jay Cooper against Keeter Squared.
The most experienced best player on that court is still Dave Keeter,
which is wild.
What is he? 40.
He's in his 50s.
He's in his 50s?
He's in his 50s.
Yeah, he's still the best.
Yeah.
He's got to be like 6'4", 6'5".
Yeah, we'll say 6'3.5".
And you got a father-son connection there?
Mm-hmm. You've got, Aiden, who is young, athletic, very skilled, has been very skilled. I mean, the kid was peppering with Casey Patterson at age 5.
I love it.
Yeah.
Probably on Instagram before Instagram it was invented.
Yeah, I mean, if the last tournament I saw him playing at is any indication, he'll probably have a couple fans that come to watch. For those who don't know, there were about 5 girls who came to watch Aiden Keeter play last time, and
doesn't fall far from the tree.
Yeah, exactly. So I gotta go with Keeter Squared for the ladies.
Oh, can you really do this to Adrian?
I mean, the draw is what it is.
Dave Keeter's a good player. I'm not going to go against you because I haven't trained with Adrian for a while. That's tough though.
No, I try. Everyone who has been stung by these videos knows I try to be as impartial as I can.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Adrian, you got stung this time.
Yeah. It's a brutal way to put it. We have Cole Bogner. This is a 13th place game now. We have Cole